Okay, hey guys, welcome to another Blood Bowl game. I'm playing as my lizard team, not lizards but dinosaurs, which has been going through a rough patch recently, against a Dark Elf team, the Nagaroth Fanatics. Here we see the inducements. He's managed to buy Bloodwiser Babes. I have a Mercenary, which means I'm down a Saurus Warrior. This is what I mean by they've had a rough time. I've had Saurus Warriors being killed. Which is rare, because they're big dinosaurs, they're not supposed to die easy. But hey, I'm not gonna... it's fine, we'll see how this team plays now. I'm just waiting for them to win a game. They did really well at the beginning. They won... oh, they must have won 5 games in a row without losing one or drawing one. And then they got they came up against a Wood Elf team, which proceeded to beat them up, which just shouldn't happen. And from there on in, I've been struggling with injuries and stuff, so I just need to get a win on, get back into the game, as it were. Okay, so here we are. I'm picking, and it's on the traditional stadium. Okay, so let's have a look at the teams. He's Dark Elves, he's got what looks like
between these two teams today.
2, 3, 4 blitzers, one with dodge, I think. 5 linemen, maybe even, oh, just 7 linemen, 4 blitzers. I think one of these linemen have wrestle, I think. Yeah, there you go. Okay, so we'll have a look at my team. So yeah, Dark Elves, pretty fast, they're pretty agile. He's got 2 rerolls. Without those blocks though, I'm sort of hoping his rerolls run out. Oh, there, nah. There you go, right. Oh, sorry, I was a bit worried there because it stole my player away. Right, I am Lizardmen. I've got 1 Saurus Warrior with block and guard. 1 Saurus Warrior with block. These Saurus Warriors are basically giant, quite nasty to fight. Forwards, say hi. I've got 1 Corrupticore, who's the big guy with Mighty Blow, Bonehead, Loner, Prehensile Tail, Thick Skull. Bonehead means he might just sit around a bit on occasion, and he's also got Guard, so it's quite useful to have Guard on these players. Now, I just want to watch him attacking my skinks, because... oh, yeah, and skinks. I got skinks. Skinks are little weak things, but they're fast, and they're agile and dodgy, which makes them quite good. Put him there. Let's have a look. Some of my skinks died last map as well. In fact, yeah, I have none of my upgraded skinks at the moment, so I only have... I got a Mercenary, which isn't ideal. Okay, well, we'll see how this plays out. Hopefully with the Mercenary I won't be doing too much other than block, just assisting. Okay, so what I'm hoping to do is just basically hand his team over. Oh, he got a blitz. It's not great, but at the same time he could potentially get around my flank and blitz and pick up the ball, but it's not going to be an easy job because I'll be able to bring players back as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, he's actually going to go for a little dodge here. Okay, so he doesn't actually manage to hit me, so that's at least something. But it's still annoying because when that ball lands, he could potentially catch it. And it's strange that he hasn't moved into the spot either, but that's alright. Okay, so I'm relying on these 2 players to really keep a lot of his players bogged down, because this one's got Prehensile Tail, which means he's going to be less able to dodge out of the way and stuff. I don't know. And I guess my first thing will just be to form a bit of a cage once I get to the start, possibly. Okay, so the ball didn't land with him, so that's at least a start. So let's just get the ball safe. Okay, my skink picks it up. And we'll move these players here. Right, so we formed our square. Right, now just lay down some blocks. So I've knocked out one of his players already, which is a good start. Okay, now my corrupt score, thanks to this guy having guard, has got a 3-die block. However, if he does that, that's not great, because he'll just sit there. Okay, that's a hit. We'll go for a smackdown on this player.
Able to cast spells safely from behind the sidelines. Were you playing at the time in an Albion league, a second division that prohibited spellcasting from?
He might not use wrestle, so that's fine, because I got the box formed up and there wasn't that much I was going to be able to do. So I'll let him take that rather than waste a reroll.
Fireball, followed by the characteristic sound of the snap of a wizard's neck.
As you can see, these guys are going to be hard to hit, at least. That's one good thing about skinks. They got to come with dodge and stunty. I really need these players to go up levels, because Saurus Warriors are your main beating up force. A lot of them look like they're about to go up levels. That's the annoying thing. I'm just waiting for them to do it. Alright. He could technically land a block on this Saurus Warrior, but I'm not too worried because he'd have to bring a decent amount of players forward. I just want to take my time on moving upfield, really. There you go, lands the block. That's all he needs to do.
Nice left punch. Right.
The good thing about these Saurus Warriors is you can engage about 2 of his elves with one of these guys, which means I can open up a lot of gaps for the skinks, especially with guard. Ooh, and if he's going to chuck players next to me, he's gonna. Oh no, it looks like he's going to make a block here. Ooh, nice hit. It's alright though, he's just going to land right next to me and my corrupt score is going to show him penny. And then he'll be getting in a tussle, which he doesn't really want to be in. You don't want to get into fights with Lizardmen. They're pretty friggin' nasty. The only issue is if my corrupt score doesn't manage to score the hit, but even if he doesn't. There you go, just push him out of the way. Just playing quite a passive game at the moment.
Little baby gets his medicine and he's having a little nap.
What we'll try and do is we'll try and push them up this side. I don't want to make that block yet. But yeah, just keep making blocks like that. And then get back into position.
Not really, when you consider that brains are also less frequent.
Okay, and that's really all I need to do. Just trying to think. He could technically land another block on this player. He'd have to get up a player there and move the one there. And I'm just sort of trying to coax him into a long combat here. And get my guards to pay off. Although it's annoying. Yeah, it's not annoying.
Ouch! That punch knocked
But
his
yeah, so
feet
he's used
out.
3 moves there. He's got 2 up here. 3 up here? So yeah, he might make another block on me. He keeps pushing me this way. I don't know.
And don't forget, children, don't try and do this at home. Remember,
I might blitz with this
these
player
are
next turn just so I can try and
professional.
bring him back into the main fight. It'd be more than easy really to just charge upfield at this point with 2 Saurus warriors and a couple of skinks, form a box up here and finish it. Score a goal quite quickly, but I don't want to do that because I'm a player up at the moment. And I want to take my time.
Lizardmen were the first practitioners of Blood Bowl.
Yeah, I heard that recently. Probably
It's a nice peaceful
explains
pitch, this one. Okay, so yeah, he's putting more players around the back of me. Seems strange. Oh, he's going for a 1-die block. Oh, I was hoping for a red die. That's alright. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll move the box forward. Like this. Oh, I am a lucky bastard. I did not realise that guy was up. That should have been turnover there. I could have been in serious trouble. Oh god, that makes me cringe how much that could have been a lot worse. Okay, so now what we'll do is we set up a box there as we just push forward with the corrupt score, except he rolls bonehead, which isn't ideal, but hey.
I think he's singing him a lullaby.
What we'll do is we'll push up with this Saurus warrior.
Doping is really endemic in this sport.
Isn't it written into the game rules?
Put him. Okay, no risks. There. Okay, so this player's out, so we'll put him up there just to widen our line. The front. I need to be careful of elves because they're very good at scoring quick touchdowns. Whew, that was fast. That was far too lucky. Should have been out. Should have been well out. Okay, now he's using rerolls to try and get inside to the box while he can, which is fair enough. Thing is, with this guard player, he's going to have difficulty actually attacking the front there. And he's got a couple of players bogged down here. Although this one's probably not that bogged down because he's got dodge. Although he might have a hard time. Might lose the. I don't know. Elves can usually dodge through most things, so. And this player will go there and he'll land a block.
You remember the Blood Bowl final between the Dark Side Cowboys and the Chaos All-Stars, Bob?
Oh, who doesn't, Jim?
Maybe the Chaos players that got turned into slugs by illegal magic.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, strange choice. want to make sure I can beat off this player. That's the first thing. To secure the ball carrier, just a little bit more time. Oh, and he's off. Oh, he's. I thought he was going to leave him there and go for the ball carrier. Ah, so he's putting him there. Fair enough. Okay, he's lined up quite nicely along my lines, but okay, so he lost a player there, so or down, had a player go down there.
I've heard of teams that have simply disappeared after being abandoned by their supporters.
Let's say that some teams who haven't won a match for several years have been tied up by their fans and thrown into rubbish containers.
It's the only way to end a downward spiral.
There we go, Skink lands a block. Rare, but it happens.
As soon as he throws his first punch,
We know the opponent will be out for lunch.
And then we'll roll up this side.
that face job is a lot cheaper than a plastic surgeon.
I don't know if he planned it, but it won't do him any harm in the looks department. That's what happens when a pro crosses an amateur.
Yes, splodge.
We don't really want to loosen up this box at all. And what I'm thinking is I'll blitz with this player right up into the centre there. There you go, a knockout from my Croxicle.
He's knocked them senseless.
You're assuming then that he had something between his ears to begin with.
And we'll pop this guy right there. Right in the thick of it. I should give this guy a chance to score. Yeah, I'll take that.
Even supporters of the Euro Award, fully merited from what I've seen.
Okay, so this guy has got prehensile tail, so who's basically locking down these four players who will have less of a chance of dodging out of the way. He could blitz with this player up there, but then basically it's looking a little prone, but even if he does, I could move into this area and move these players out there and I'd form another square. Yes, that's the idea. My guard player isn't actually in guard, which is odd, but okay, so he's moving this, he's pushing this player. He's moved him into the prospective new box anyway, so yeah. I'm just sort of hoping my Croxicle lands those hits. But at the moment he's doing alright. I think that's 2 knockouts, which is fine. That's 2 players up. Don't need anything more than that, really. I want to move my box a little closer just so I'm in range. There we go, prehensile tail, and de-waste his reroll. So he's out of rerolls now, so that's good. But actually that means I could just roll this box up this side, really.
Blood Bowl is reputedly the
What I'll do is I'll push this player up here.
But it really only comes down to a few hits. What violence!
Yes, it's a great spectacle, Bob.
We'll get that guy there. this player here. Just to make sure that we're not going to get surprised. That player there. That player there. Okay, and now that we're waltzing through this. Okay, and we'll move this player here, so he'll be locking down all of them. That means we can just do this. They're still. Just beat up a few of his players.
He sent him down for a chat with the astrogranite.
Okay, so it's looking a bit of a stronger half than the last few times. And rather than stick around this player, well,
where, when, and how one can accept a bribe.
Under an agreement signed last season, the clubs are not allowed to offer less than the going
this
rate.
guy. Oh. Okay. Just looking about. So yeah, sorry about that. Right, so he's getting his players up, but it's looking pretty good for me. I should be able to score this. There's only one goal, which means he'll be able to score another and draw it, which will be a pain. But hopefully, if he doesn't have all his players up, which he probably will actually. That's slightly depressing that he managed to make that. So he jumped in at... Hey! My Saurus Warrior picked it up.
He's not the sort to stay down.
That never happens. Okay, so he beat the ball out of my hands only for my Saurus Warrior to roll a 6 on the pickup, and now I have a Saurus Warrior carrying the ball. So he's not going to have any easy blocks on my ball carriers. Okay, well this is rare, but it's brilliant when it happens. Let's just move this player to there, knock him down.
Has opened the slapping box and gives rather generously.
That's amazing. Cool. This Saurus Warrior only needs 3 SPP to go up a level as well, so...
They're getting dangerously close to the end zone.
You should have a hard time managing to beat me back now. And that, all that's left to really do is lock down certain players, make sure he doesn't get back. So we just keep beating up this player. I just want to cause injuries. That's literally it.
We don't see much of the heroes of law these days.
I don't know.
I don't like trying to cause injuries, but at the same time it's one of the best ways to do things.
By honest, strategic play on the pitch.
It's probably a good thing we don't see them.
Okay, so if we put a player there, it's going to have a hard time getting around. We'll move this player here. There we go, there's another knockout. Woot. Go that Saurus Warrior for picking up the ball. That's really freaking impressive. Ooh, shoot, changed the... Oh, okay. I don't know why, I think he's trying to save this player. Which seems a bit redundant, if you ask me, but... Oh, he's going for a block. And fails. Even if he'd made it, then he wouldn't have had rerolls and wouldn't be able to stop, and it would have been nasty. Okay, so he's going to sit on the ground for a little bit, so he's not going to be too much of a worry because he's down for another turn. All that's left to really do is beat up as many of his players as possible. It's tempting to lay down.
I enjoy watching the Dark Elves in action.
I didn't figure you as a Dark Elf.
Oh, okay.
Not because of their stunning passing plays, Bob, because they are pure.
This is why you need block on the Crocs as well. Right, so it should be his go. Again, he'll have a hard time. I guess he could try and dodge in with this player, try and make a hit on me, but it doesn't seem likely it's going to work. All that's left for me to do now is really score. There's not much he can do to stop me doing that. Shame that that Croc score dropped. Though at least he beat up this player as he went down. I assume he's going to go for a both down. Oh no. Right, which one of these players? This guy has block, so we'll use him. We still have a reroll, so that makes me feel slightly more confident about the whole situation. Although he could technically move in and that'd be a pain. Right, okay, fine.
Did you know the first Dark Elf team featuring only witch elves was the Deadly Nightshades?
All we're going to do is block with this player onto that player, push him out of the way,
True, Jim.
score a touchdown.
Sadly, due to the required ritual bloodbaths and sacrifices, they are a rare sight on the pitch nowadays.
Yes, I remember attending one of those bathing sessions.
Okay, so here we go. This is all we got to do. We just got to roll a 2-die block. Even a push would do it. And I bet that Sour scorer is pretty surprised he scored, because they very rarely score. So there's 2 of his players up, annoyingly, so he's going to have a full team. But hey, so will I, so... Let's just get these skinks out of the way. I don't want them hurt. Okay, that should be a player who's now going to go up a level. So the only one that... I've got 2 players on 5 out of 6. 1 player 0 out of 6. And one of them's on 15 out of 16, so... With a few injuries, my team could go up quite a few levels this this game, but quite nice because they need it. Okay, I'm not sure why he hasn't moved any of his players. I guess he's just going to end the turn or something, because I'm sure he's not going to try and make any blocks. Or he might try and blitz, I don't know.
That should be part of a catching master.
Okay, yeah, so he's got it with a lineman and he's going to make a throw, and if the throw works, then he'll go up a level.
And with the cost of
There you
doping
go.
and bribery on the rise, the problem won't be going away.
This blitz is still knocked out, but I'm sure that'll change soonish. Ugh. I don't know what he's going to do other than... I really don't know. I think he's going to realise that he can't actually make that. I love Cyrus Warriors with guard, it just makes them a lot easier. Oh, he's gone for the hit and succeeds.
What? Right on the schmuzzle.
He'll have a bit of trouble blowing his nose from now on.
There's not really much else he can do apart from possibly again, he's going to have a hard time. He can't get particularly good block on either of these guys. Great. Well, he's going to use wrestle. This is a pain, but okay, now I can get a 1-die block on this player. But it's a risky 1-die block if he got red. I'm more likely to. But hey, he survives, can't argue with that. So ends the turn and ends the half, 1-0 to me.
A couple of minutes on the life support machine will have him back in perfect condition.
And off gets his player, and I have no players down so far. So yeah, that's looking pretty good, I'd say. We'll see how he plays now. But as I've said, the usual tactic is to hold down as many of his players for my Saurus Warriors while opening up gaps with these skinks. Although none of my skinks, I think at one point had all my skinks with sidestep, but at the moment, oh, by the way, I don't think I've explained wrestle. Right, wrestle is a skill which means basically if the both down result comes down, you can choose for both players to just go down as out for that round with just the 4 stars above their head. Not a chance of injury, and it's quite useful against big block teams, brutal teams, for like for fast elf teams, because it means that they can take down sort of their players, just wrestle most of their players down to the ground, and it lessens injuries on the team considerably. It's just quite useful. And whereas a team would usually be standing, you can open up holes using the wrestle skill for runners to make it through, etc. Okay, so here's what he's doing. He's putting players up alongside. I guess he's going to blitz down here, try and take out his Saurus Warrior, which is fair play. And he doesn't achieve a real knockdown, so I'm not going to complain. But that's the good thing about these Saurus Warriors. It takes about 3 players. With all these players here, it takes a good 3 strong 3 players to be sure you're going to take down the Saurus Warriors. So to actually beat up Lizardmen is quite hard because you have to get all those blocks in. And as you can see, he's got 3 men here, 2 men here, 3 men at the back, 3 men stuck on the front line. He hasn't actually got that many spare players compared to me, I've got 6 spare players, 4 of which are skinks. Okay, so he's picked up the ball. Main thing is not to let him get upfield, really. That's the main part of this. So what we'll do is we'll place, this guy's got, which one's got dodge? Okay, he's got dodge, but we'll be able to knock him down hopefully. So what we'll do is we'll move these Saurus Warriors out to the flanks. Ta-da! Blitz this player. Hope it works. It does. Knock him down.
What we'd like to see
More often.
Oops, shoot. Didn't manage to actually click. Okay, we're putting that player there now. Move this player here. Right, so we'll lay down some blocks with the guys in the centre. There you go, there's a knockout. That's a good start.
Well done.
I really enjoy watching the Dark Elves
And
in
that's
action.
another hit.
I didn't figure you as a dark elf.
Okay, we'll make this attack here
Because of their
because he's got
stunning
dodge.
passing
That won't
plays,
affect him
Bob,
too much.
because they are pure evil.
Oh, right, Jim, of course.
As always, we're just making sure we use. I'm beginning to get better at using the big guy last because it's important. Oh yeah, and I've used my blitz skill. That's really good. I shouldn't have really done that, but that's alright. We'll make the block here. we go. That's 2 players out of the game for a round and a bit. Now he could really pass through this gap in the middle, but with these players in the centre here, I'll be able to catch up. Or he could just go around the back. That also works.
Well, that's one with a good reason to
He's
go
not that
see
far
the
there,
other.
really. With these players, I can just knock one off and then go back for him. Unless, of course, he dodges out, which is perfectly normal for elves, to just keep dodging out of the way and stuff, so... Really just one of these Saurus Warriors to pick up an injury, so I've got 2 Saurus Warriors going up a level. And then I can give them block, like these guys.
He said that Blood Bowl was like war. No winners, just survivors.
Oh, that's deep.
Now what I want, I've been recently having, here he goes. He wasted a reroll on getting that guy out of there, which is strange. Because it was a bit of an optimistic roll, but I guess he wanted out of the whole situation. That's okay. I ain't gonna complain. It's just interesting to see what he's going to do, because Elves can usually play the ball upfield. Right, so what we really want to do... Hold on, I'm busy. Okay, right, so what we'll do is we'll move this player up to here. We want to just essentially mark off his players at the moment. Yeah, let's put him there. I should have blitzed him really, actually. Oh well, we'll blitz with the other player. So yeah, you don't want his players, him managing to pick up the ball and take it away, so we'll just keep these players like this.
Why is it that the Dark Elves enjoy the running game, Bob?
Because, Jim,
Move this guy into here, so he's pushing there. Although we could potentially just charge up field, but that would probably not be the best move ever. So okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to push his players off to the side. Less players on the pitch, the better.
Looks like there was some bad blood between those two, eh, Bob?
yeah, Jim, something to do with swapped body parts. Incoming!
Well,
Push this player back here. And even with his dodge, he's going to have a tricky time. And just to make it a little bit more likely, he's not going to get away with this, although that's always a chance. Wouldn't mind giving one of my players pass block actually, but skinks aren't particularly good interceptors because they're short. Actually no, that's a lie. I think stunty effects gets when he passes. Yeah. So it's only a disadvantage when he's passing. Right, let's see what he does.
just look at the fans. They're red hot. A majority of
So he plays it to
reckon
him,
that the league should take measures
which is an
to
interesting
prevent
choice.
small minority
I
of
guess he's going to
peaceful
dodge
fans
out and try
from
and
watching a match from the terraces.
make a move and pass it to him, and then they'll go for a quick touchdown.
Stay home and watch it on cable vision.
But he's got to actually make that work. Or he could play it for him.
The opponent looks
Ooh,
like he's
nice
fighting
dodging.
himself. He did him with the old, you look that way, I go the other.
That's a technical term.
It's in the handbook.
So the interception failed.
It's in the pocket.
It's surprising he caught that. Or rather, I guess he might have needed a reroll. I don't know. Yeah, he needed a reroll. That's more than fair.
Blinded, but it wasn't a good idea to insult them on
Okay, so he scored. It was a good goal. But
I hope we're not going to end
maybe a little early. Maybe I can make this 2-1. And yes, his player stays down, so I'm going to play up at the beginning. But yeah, he made a lot of rolls which could have gone wrong there. A couple of his dodges. But that's what elves can do. They can just play it very well. I'm on 3 root rolls and he has. I've got 6 turns to move upfield. This should be interesting. It doesn't mean Juan of Despair. That's his name. Impressionant luck. It happened again. Okay. Annoyingly, one of my players, my block player, got put all the way back here.
Every now and again,
Actually, one.
Like the motley horde.
Okay, well at least I'll have a chance to catch it. And then I've got this guy here, this guy here. Let's just see if we catch it. Yeah, good catch. Well done, Skink. Okay, so first things first, let's just push. Ooh, should use the big guy last. I need to remember to do that.
Worthy of a black orc.
You're telling me it'll take a while to get over it.
Hold still and then pow! Right in the face.
Okay, so we steamrolled his front line at least.
Yep, upside down. That's one way to look at things.
Definitely need to bring this player up because he's important. Again, it will probably be a similar tactic to last time because we could have scored last time within 6 turns, but okay, hasn't got any. But this time we'll send out more players out to through the centre, as in skinks, so they can potentially receive a catch or something. So he'll be pretty much forced to put players out to block them.
Little elf beauties are selling big moot sandwiches in the stands.
Hey, I'm off to get one. I'll be back in 5 minutes.
And so now you like big moot sandwiches?
No way.
But
A little elf? Yeah.
he should be alright because they got dodged empty. So yeah, he'll be forced to push him back, which means the cage will be able to easily roll forward. Hopefully he'll roll a bad roll at some point just to make things a bit easier on me. For example, here it'd be nice to get the double red, except he doesn't. But now he's wasted a blitz, so he can't blitz the cage. And he can move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 players up to the cage if he then ignores this. So I don't know what he's going to do. Yeah, like that. That's perfect. Thank you. He does manage to knock me down for a decent amount of time, but I'll just roll up now through the centre. That's the block skill.
Good job his nose got in the way.
Yeah, otherwise he'd have got it full in the face.
And yes, technically he could probably break through there actually. But I'll pop some, well, it's unlikely. Place this guy upfield.
Did you know that the Pinkfoot Panthers went missing a few decades ago?
I heard about that, Bob. What exactly happened?
Well, they visited Darkside Cowboys for a friendly match and never returned.
Of course, Bob.
Okay, so place this player and hope he doesn't screw up the go for it roll because that would be disastrous. Hope it doesn't. I didn't want to use this guy and then screw up the go for it roll. Place this guy on the sides here. get this player up and have this player blocking off here. So yeah, looking quite comfortably close to the touchdown line at the moment. And my skink dodges, that's one of his players used up. There's no real weak points on this cage, although I would like this Saurus Warrior to be here rather than there. And maybe the Croc score is fine there because it's engaging 2 players, but we shall see what happens. But it's looking kind of good. Okay, so he makes it out from my prehensile tail player.
I've heard of teams that have simply disappeared after being abandoned by the
Again makes it out from my prehensile tail player. That's really annoying. Only manages to push though, so
and thrown into rubbish containers.
It's the only way to end a
and
downward
I'll be able to push
spiral.
him almost instantly back. Maybe that gives my Croc score more room to do some stuff. Because he's got guard, he'll influence this anyway. Okay, yeah, no, that's fine. I'm not excessively worried. First things first, let's just get this player up. Right. A nuisance that I can't move into it, but a badly hurt is always nice.
That's why they're always on the front page of Spike magazine.
Right, so we can now lay down a block on this player. And he may think that he's safe there, but he's not. Okay, so the Croc score fails me now. Nice to smack him one there.
Right on the nose.
Sure was, Jim. It's broken now. The Blood Bowl annals are littered with the stories of teams who've gone bust with crippling debts.
And with the cost of doping and bribery on the rise, the problem won't be going away.
See, now it's beginning to look a little bit more annoying. So my skinks begin to look like he might be in danger. I could technically score quickly, but I don't want to. He's still going to have a tough time reaching me. But I don't want them to rely on them to have to get me this. Oh, if he fails this dodge. Oh no, he doesn't. There's as much chance of him failing it as, say, someone else, so I'm not really sure what I'm worried about. Oh, and he failed his dodge. Sad face. Okay. We'll see how he responds to that. He could technically actually get inside this cage now with player there, but then it's still, he's with 0 rerolls, there's a good chance he'll screw it up. Could bring in a player to assist there. I don't know, I need to get these 2 players back into the area really.
We don't see much of the heroes of lore these days.
I don't know.
For any spectators who aren't aware that
Of course he
heroes of
might
lore
just do
hope
something
to show the
desperate
world
because that's a
better
good
way
idea
by
at this
honest,
point. Because
strategic
sometimes
play on the bench.
desperation
Probably
works.
a good thing we don't see them.
Yep, so you can technically, he probably won't want to use his blitz, so he'll probably try and just a 1-die block this, and hopefully we can hope for a red die, or just a kill, I don't know. Or if he goes for the full on block. Thing is, if he uses his blitz on any of the outer players, he can't get into the middle. But if he without the blitz, he's going to have a hard time getting into this point. Okay, so he uses it on this guy and doesn't actually achieve anything, so that's something. I'll be able to push him back and respond next time. All I've got to do is keep this centre channel open, really. Though he might move in there. Now we have small issues on the basis that my two skinks are in the front lines. But I should still be able to just roll the flank, actually. Like so.
Today's insight comes from Jaime Schnivel, coach and owner of the Goblin Lowdown Rats team. In yesterday's Spike magazine, he said that Blood Bowl was like war. No winners, just survivors.
Oh, that's deep. About as deep as his team's position in the ranks.
Just push this player out here.
Senseless.
You're assuming then that he had something between his ears to begin with.
Okay, I think I see something we can do here. Right, so what we'll do is we'll now travel upfield with the ball. Very casually push upfield while he's not looking, sort of thing. Rather while he's not there.
Did you know the first Dark Elf team featuring only Witch Elves was the Deadly Nightshades?
And that loosens it up because these players are going to have a hard time reaching that point, so there's only a few players. Hopefully.
Ritual bloodbaths and sacrifices. They are a rare sight on the pitch nowadays.
Yes, I remember attending one of those bathing sessions.
And my Croc score's just going to have some fun on the side of the pitch.
That's one great thing, clobbering.
Okay, after this turn I'm more than at liberty to score. Okay, here he comes, I don't know what he's doing. Okay, he's blitzing this outside player. Manages it.
What we'd like to see.
Moves into there. So, yeah. Again, all I need is a push off and then I can... Especially if he fails a dodge like that.
Should be up before next week's match.
There you go, that's all I need. I kind of want to just see if I can get these. Just on the off chance that I don't make any of these bits, we'll just move a few players about so that if I screw up, he won't get the ball off me.
Their fans won the most evil supporters of the year award. Fully merited.
Have a reroll. See, but that can happen. So I've now only got a 10 to score, but it still should be quite possible. There's not too much he can do to stop me. He's even going to have a hard time putting players into this area to stop me just dodging out, so... The main thing is that I'm with a player, with all my players with block, it should be a simple case of just getting... I'm going to say this and it will roll like several reds, and I'll cry. I'll bawl my little tears. Either that or he's going to make a blitz and try and jump in and take out my skink. Nope. Okay, so I can potentially put so many players around here that it minimises the chances of me failing at a block. Which would be nice. Next up, this player, I assume.
You remember the Blood Bowl final between the Dark Side Cowboys and the Chaos
Okay, so let's just make sure that this player is going to make it out here. So bring this player here. Now I can roll a 3-die block, which knocks him out of the way. And I go score. 2-1. Okay, so that's the game. Here's the replay. Oh, my skink and my lizards finally win a game again. It's been far, far too long till since they last won a game. Oh. That's all I needed. Okay, so roll a 4 for it. Rainbow does. Okay. 75% ball possession, 22% occupation of own half. So yeah, pretty good stats, by standards. Okay, let's just have a look at how well my team's doing. Okay, so one Saurus went up, and he's the one with a broken neck and arm, which means, well, he loses 1 agility, but they have the lowest agility possible anyway, so it doesn't actually affect him. So he gets a block. And that's just another Saurus warrior added to the collection with block.
I don't know, but if it continues like that, he'll be looking for a new team.
They could have cut the pitch in half today.
Yes, the opposition hardly ever got over the halfway line.
Let's have a look at my collection. 6 Saurus, 6 skinks. It's tempting to buy myself an apothecary. Just because I keep losing players, so I want to keep them alive now. Okay, so yeah, that's my team. That's the Lizard team. That's the Lizard team that finally won a game after so many games. So yeah, thanks for watching, I guess, and I'll see you guys soon.